ChairTricepsDip. The purpose of this exercise is to strengthen the triceps muscle. You can see it here. It has 3 heads, and it is located on the back of the arm. This exercise does not require much skill and has different levels from which the athlete can choose. You're going to see in just a few minutes that there's an extreme beginner level, and then there's a beginner, an intermediate, and an advanced level. People who have had shoulder rotator cuff injuries or problems, especially dislocations of the shoulder, or wrist problems or injuries, should not attempt this exercise. You should always keep your elbows in line with your wrist. Your shoulders should be in line with your elbows. And like I said earlier, there are 4 different levels. And those 4 levels are, first of all, sitting in an armed chair. Looks like this.
Take those elbows, tuck them behind you. Push up and drop down.
You can have your knees bent. You can see how the knees are bent in this one. More straight but still bent. And then completely straight. Those are the 3 levels. You should always keep a very tight core. So keep your abs very tight, offering support, and keep your bottom next to the chair. You don't want to have your bottom shifting away from the chair. Because you want to keep your shoulders back, your rhomboids and your trapezius muscles will also be engaged. A few of the other muscles involved would include the glutes and muscles of the legs. Those are engaged mainly for stabilization so that you don't fall to one side or the other, or even fall down while you're doing this exercise. So for many people it's unsafe to allow the shoulders to fall below the elbows, and in the following video you're going to see that I actually do let my shoulders fall below my elbows a couple of times. For some people that's okay, but for others it may be a little bit difficult or it could cause harm. So just be careful and know your own body and strength. You should always protect your knees and make sure your chair is stable and will not flip when pressure is placed on the front or on the arms of the chair. The kinesiology concepts that are involved are range of motion, speed of motion, number of segments, balance, and coordination. So let's see if we can come up with the 4 different segments. The first segment is the setup. Then you have your eccentric segment, and then your concentric segment, and then your resting segment. So let's look at a video first and see what happens. You will notice that the setup and the rest will be the very beginning and the very end. And I will try to tell you the eccentric and concentric on the very first movement. And then after that, I'll just tell you the difference between the beginner, intermediate, and advanced. This is the setup. Eccentric is going down, concentric up. This is the beginner level with the knees bent. Bottom is close to the chair in every single level. This is the intermediate level with the knees bent but stretched out a little bit further. And finally advanced, so the knees not bent at all and the heels touching the ground with the toes up. This is the resting period and then the resetting period. Stay healthy, my friends.